everyone, and welcome to Reinvention Queen, the space where women 55 and over can come to learn how to reinvent their lives from style, food, joy, purpose, and finding relevance. This is the space. I am Bev Cork, and today we're going to look at how to achieve your ideal body weight, the challenges that can make it difficult, and some steps we can take to reach it. What is your ideal weight? And I'm not talking about the medically correct weight for your height and bone structure. I'm referring to the weight that when you look in the mirror, at what weight do you feel your best self? That's the weight we're going to try to achieve. And so after weighing yourself, then you will subtract the ideal from where you are now, and you'll have the number that you're going to work with to attain your ideal weight. Now, once you've calculated this, you can keep this number in your mind, but don't get too stressed out about it. Oh, I have to gain 10 pounds or I have to lose 10 pounds. Just keep it in mind, because gaining or losing weight is never as simple as it sounds. You hear eat more, eat less, cut out carbs, eat meat, eat no meat, eat all meat. The truth is that the first step is to investigate why you're not gaining or losing the weight as desired. And so you need to check out your hormones, whether with your family doctor for a blood test or an endocrinologist, because it could be imbalances in thyroid, insulin, cortisol, or sex hormones, because these can affect your metabolism, your appetite, fat or muscle storage, making it hard to either gain or to lose weight. Now, people who have been on steroids, for instance, they, gain a lot of weight. And so you can see that certain medications can also be at play. And so if you're on certain medications, that weight gain is a part of the side effects, then maybe, it's something you could discuss with your doctor to see how best you can manage that. So after checking all that out, we're going to look at the level of activity. What is your level of activity? Both too little or too much can affect your weight gain goals. A sedentary lifestyle slows metabolism and reduces muscle mass, making it easier to gain fat and harder to gain healthy weight. Now, on the other hand, excessive exercise without proper nutrition can burn more calories than you're consuming, preventing weight gain and even perhaps creating weight loss. Finding the right balance between movement, strength training, and also rest is key to supporting your ideal weight. Then you have to take inventory of your mental state, because stress, anxiety, depression can all impact your appetite, your motivation, and of course how your body processes food. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can lead to fat storage, muscle loss, and emotional eating, binge eating, or even complete loss of appetite. And so this can push your weight in either direction. Understanding your emotional triggers. It could be sometimes your children or your partner or your job may act as emotional triggers. And so supporting your mental health is going to be essential towards achieving and maintaining your ideal weight. Genes also play a role, and I'm not talking about the genes that we wear. I'm talking about genetics. Your DNA can also impact how easily you gain or lose weight by influencing metabolism, appetite, and fat storage. So while you can't change your genetics, understanding them helps you to tailor your approach. Focusing on lifestyle and habits that work with your body, not against it. Certain genes affect how your brain regulates hunger and fullness by influencing hormones. Did you know that these genetic factors can make some people feel hungrier more often or slower to feel full? Which explains why appetite control varies so much from person to person. Then we have, people who their children are not 5 or 6 or 10. They're 30 and 40, and they are saying that the belly fat that they carry around is baby fat. Now 30 years later it cannot be baby fat. So we have to investigate, what is it? Why has this not gone away with the birth of the child, or why, or subsequent children? So we have to investigate. Maybe it's because your metabolism, your hormones changed during the pregnancy, and guess what? They never went back to normal. So as a result, it's a bit of this leftover weight, shifts in thyroid function, insulin sensitivity, or cortisol levels linger for years, affecting how your body metabolizes and stores fat. Now, remember that what we want to do is to look closely and investigate why we're not able to gain or lose weight, and start making changes that will actually work for you. Then we have others who lost weight almost immediately after giving birth. And it's probably the same scenario. They will jokingly say that the baby sucked everything out of me. And maybe that is true, because in a way, pregnancy and breastfeeding can cause major hormonal shifts, sometimes speeding up metabolism or changing how the body stores fat and muscle. For some women, those changes make it hard to hold on to weight, just as for others, they struggle to lose it. The key again is understanding what is going on in your body, because till you understand it, you're basically just guessing and groping in the dark. And of course, you have the Ozempic and this and that and the other. However, if you really want change and lasting change, this way is probably one of the better ways to achieve it. So then let's recap. First, check out the hormones. Second, examine activity level. Third, take inventory of your mental state. 4, recognize the impact of genetics. And we're going to add 5, take responsibility for your weight loss goals. And 6, practice consistency and discipline. Once you have decided to move ahead on the path of achieving your ideal weight, we're going to start with the awareness, as I said, and not restriction. Now, to really continue this investigation, what we're going to do is you're going to get out your Reinvention Intention notebook, and for 1 week, we're going to take 1 week, and you're going to take an honest look at everything that you put in your mouth. You're going to write down everything, every sip, every bite, every taste, every snack, that piece of gum, the handful of chips, the spoon of peanut butter, or the little taste while cooking dinner. It all counts. Now, don't judge anything, just investigate and try to uncover the truth of your eating. Now, most of us tend to underestimate how much or how often we eat, or we forget little things that add up over time. When you see it written down, patterns begin to appear. And so, skipped meals followed by overeating, too much sugar, too few vegetables, or maybe not enough total carbs if you're trying to gain weight. All of these will become more apparent if you keep this audit, you do this audit. We are going to think of this week as a personal audit, a mirror, so to speak, that you hold up to your habits. Again, only when you know what is really going on can you make meaningful changes that last. Now, at the end of the week, you're going to review the list carefully. Look for patterns. Ask yourselves questions like, When do I tend to overeat or snack mindlessly? Am I getting enough protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs? Are there times when I skip meals or eat too little? Do certain moods, environments, or social situations trigger specific eating habits? So I would suggest that along with putting down what you eat, that you also journal each day and document your emotional state each day, so it will make it easier to have a correlation between the eating patterns and the mental state. Then you're going to highlight areas that are helping or areas that are hindering your goals. For example, skipping breakfast might make it harder to gain weight. Late night snacking could make weight loss more difficult. So when we see these habits, we can then address them. Once you've identified the patterns, it's time to make small, meaningful, deliberate changes. You don't need a perfect diet. You need awareness and consistency. Introduce 1 or 2 adjustments at a time and track the results, and then build on from there. When it comes to the baby belly, we're going to have the hormone tests, and after the doctor addresses the imbalances, you'll do a mix of strength training, core exercises, moderate cardio, watch that nutrition, and of course you can always cheat by getting an abdominal stimulator to help reduce the belly fat. Now, for gaining weight, focus on strength training to build muscle, eating more calories than you burn, prioritizing proteins and healthy fats, tracking intake, and addressing any hormonal or metabolic issues with your doctor. In future episodes, I'll share practical tips, meal ideas, recipes, all tailored for both gaining weight and for losing weight in a healthy fashion, and also without depriving yourself. But the first step is always what? Awareness. Understanding your unique habits and body. Everything else is going to flow from there. So next week, I'm going to share some food tips that can help, whether it's managing cravings for weight loss or strategies to support health for weight gain. And in all of this, people, remember, your body isn't your enemy. It's not working against you. It's working for you, and it is incredible, and it is your guide. Listen to it, work with it, and you'll find a balance that feels just right for you. And so, until next time, bye-bye.